Big night in Flyway Conference action on the boys' side of the Flyway Conference tonight here on this Friday evening. Friday night lights from the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Good evening and welcome into the campus of WLA. Jordan King along with you here on WLA TV, taking you through tonight's action. It's the Campbellsport Cougars and the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings showing down here at WLA. And as I mentioned, it's a big one tonight in the Flyway Conference. Elsewhere, just across the town of Fond du Lac, here on the east side, you will also find Springs hosting Mayville. Springs is number one in the Flyway. They're 9-2 so far this season. Mayville and Campbellsport both 8-3, tied for second in the Flyway. They split the regular season set between those two. WLA currently tied for fourth place in the conference, although they do hold the 2-0 season sweep over Laconia, so really it's solo fourth for WLA. So in Fond du Lac, in this little corner of Fond du Lac, you have the top four teams getting after it. Springs and Mayville over at Springs, and Campbellsport versus WLA here at WLA. Campbellsport trying to avenge an earlier season defeat. Their first loss this season, they were ranked as high as number 8 in Division III before WLA came in and beat them 66-60. In that game, though, the Cougars, without one of their top players, Jalen Gellings, did not play in that game, 5'11 senior for the Cougars. The Vikings able to erase a 9-point halftime Cougar lead and win that game 66-60. About 5 minutes, we'll see if Campbellsport can avenge that or if WLA completes the season sweep and inches their way closer to second place in the Flyway. All that coming up. Stay with us right here on WLA TV.
Winnebago Lutheran Academy welcomes you to this evening's Flyway Conference basketball game between the Campbellsport Cougars and the Vikings of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Campbellsport High School, and the WIA require good sportsmanship and education-based sport events. And they object to activities, materials, logos, apparel, mascots, and gestures that are profane, vulgar, insulting, or offensive to others. Any form of taunting or expression is intended or designed to embarrass, ridicule, disrespect, or demean others under any circumstance, including on the basis of race, religion, gender, and national origin, is grounds for removal from this site. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation demonstrating that high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hats and join us in honoring America and those protected with the singing of our national anthem by WLA freshman Riley Corovito.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly seen, and the wreckage wrecked had gone bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now it's time to meet the starting lineups for this evening's game. First for the visiting Cougars. 0, Jordan Eberts. Number 5, Nathan Waldschmidt. Number 11, Jalen Gellings. Number 12, Joseph Merritt. And number 24, Mitchell McCarty. The Cougars are coached by Jordan Greg Troser. Now your starting lineup for your Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. Number 4.
Well, I want to welcome you back in here to the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Jordan King with you for this evening's Flyway Conference game between the Vikings and the Cougars of Campbellsport. Cougars come into tonight's game 14-3 on the season. One of those 3 losses, though, to WLA. WLA 12-8 on the season, but riding a 4-game losing streak right now. They were 12-4 just about a week and a half ago, and contending for the top spot in the Flyway Conference. Now just a week and a half later, they're 12-8, and with a loss here tonight would fall in danger of slipping into the bottom half of the conference, and they're playing one of the conference's best teams. After this, the schedule gets a little bit easier for WLA on the rest of the season in the Flyway, but certainly a big chance here tonight. Starters for Campbellsport: Jordan Ebert, Nathan Walschmidt, Jalen Gellings, Joseph Nerritt, and Mitchell McCarty. McCarty leads Campbellsport with almost 16 points per game. They'll jump it up. Campbellsport and the Road Blues, no changes except for Jacob Tyson into the starting lineup for the Vikings, who come out in a 1-2-2 zone. Saw a little bit of this against Mayville, saw a little bit of this against Northridge Prep as well in the border battle that was played last weekend down at the Prairie School in Racine. Top of the key, this is Walschmidt, who goes near side to Nerritt, top of the key. This is Gellings. Gellings, as I mentioned earlier, missed the first meeting. Here's a 3 on the wing, and it's good. Nathan Walschmidt, check that, it was Nerritt on the triple, and an early lead here for Campbellsport. So WLA starts in a zone, and How do you beat a zone? You hit some jump shots, and that's a good start for Campbellsport. Here's Sam Lair down to the corner. Noah Gensler struggled shooting of late, and that one doesn't hit anything. Rebound on the far side is Gellings. Gellings going to push pace here. Go to the corner. Corner, Walschmidt swung back around to Gellings. Top of the key, thought about it there. Narrett was going to go 2 for 2. Instead, they go to the corner. 3 on the way there. That's missed from Ebert. Rebound down to Gensler. He's the second leading rebounder for the Vikings. Up ahead, Barr kicks it to Tyson. Jacob Tyson's come off the bench this season. He's been kind of the sixth-man spark plug for WLA. Instead, tonight they're going to try to switch things up, as you might do during a 4-game losing streak. Here's Barr in the middle of the paint. Little contact, no whistle, and a steal here for Campbellsport. Gellings on the near side. Pass fake down to the corner. Second 3 on the way. This one misses, though. Offensive rebound by McCarty underneath. Goes up strong. Gets it to go. That's a strong finish. Mitchell McCarty, the junior, the big man for Campbellsport, gets his first points of the night. And Campbellsport has a 5-0 lead. Barr into the front court, tries to get it to Ethan Cole. Cole going to screen for Barr. Cole certainly not at 100% after taking a little bit of a shot against Mayville. Hey, who can tell on that cut? Ethan Cole straight to the rim, and he finishes. First points for the Vikings for their leading scorer. Cole averages nearly 25 points per game, closing in on a program record in scoring, which would be over 1,200 points. And Cole has had a tremendous year. For my money, the Flyway Conference Player of the Year. We'll see if that pans out as such. But if you've watched any Flyway Conference basketball this year and don't think it's Ethan Cole, well, it's probably Addison Middlestat from Mayville at that rate. And even then, I don't know. Cole able to tip this one to himself. Down the paint he goes. Feeds to Jacob Tyson. Tyson can't finish at the rim. And that's a chance that goes a-begging for WLA. Back the other way. 3 on the way. Looks good, is good. Noah Walschmidt. And that's a huge 5-point swing there if Tyson's able to finish. Campbellsport not able to run out, but instead it's a 3 the other way. So Walschmidt's got 3. Campbellsport has 8, and it's an 8-2 lead. Lehrer collects for the Vikings. Settled down. Gensler has it between the circles. Pass fake, now dribble drive. Up with the left hand, blocked. That's awesome defense from Campbellsport, who has started hot here tonight. Down underneath McCarty. Goes against Tyson. Kicks it back out. That's Narrett. Thought about the 3. Back down to McCarty once again. Working on Gensler, who picks up the first foul of the game for either team. He bumped him. Just the first foul for Gensler. And we're going to see the introduction here of Cole Wiedmeyer for Aiden Barr. Here in the corner, this is Gellings. Back underneath to McCarty. He reestablishes after getting it in. Can't finish, though. Don't get that very often from McCarty. Got to take it and take advantage of it if you're the Vikings. Down to the corner, Gensler. Wiedmeyer on the wing. Dribble drive. Oh, that's a strong take, and he's fouled by Gellings. Good take there. Cole Wiedmeyer off the bench for the Vikings and able to get to the rim. That's a strong take. First foul for Campbellsport, first for Gellings. Couple of rhythm dribbles for Wiedmeyer, and he misses the first. Vikings not a tremendous free throw shooting team, as you might expect from a high school basketball team. Second one missed as well, tipped by Gensler, but straight to a Cougar. And Campbellsport headed back the other way. Gellings on the far side, goes off of a screen. Near side now with Narrett. Good ball movement. The ball hardly touches the floor with Campbellsport. That's the sign of a good team usually. Well coached. Certainly with Coach Jordan Drykosen, who leader of this program. Looking for the sweep tonight at all 3 levels. And it was not very close at the JV1 level. Campbellsport almost had WLA doubled up a couple of times. Here's the drive from Narrett. Kicks it to the corner. 3 on the way, misses. And the rebound strong from Gensler. Gensler almost threw it away there to Walschmidt, who was flashing free. Instead, it's Ethan Cole into the front court. Just 2 so far for Cole. And Gensler's going to try another 3. This one looks better, but it's short. Sam Lair fights for the rebound, but Gellings just a little bit too strong. And here's another 3. Narrett hit his second 3 of the night. Joseph Narrett is 2 for 3 from 3. And it's a 9-point lead for the Cougars. Forces a 30-second timeout for Coach Nell. We'll take the 30 seconds with them. Come back after this. 13:27 left in the first half. It's a 9-point Campbellsport lead. You're watching on WLA TV. Coming out of the timeout, Vikes got to turn something around. Next chess move by Coach Nell is to put Aiden Barr back into the game. Barr can be as good as anyone else on the floor for the Vikes at times, and we'll see if he can get himself into that kind of mood here tonight. Down the lane he goes. He's fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line. That's exactly why Aiden Barr is on the floor. He can get to the rim with the best of them. As long as he stays aggressive, that's the key for Barr, and he's going to go to the free throw line. The second trip for the Vikes here tonight. They're 0 for 2 so far. First free throw from Barr doesn't touch anything. And the Vikings stop what was a 7-0, I believe it was. Second free throw good as well for Barr. Check that. It was a 6-0 run for Campbellsport. McCarty looks to the corner. Narrett thought about the three. Into the game this time. Offensive foul called on Cole Kane. Kane just extended the arm and made it a very easy call there for the officials. Heading back the other way, WLA going to try to put something together in terms of their own scoring run. Barr gets into the paint, hits the floater. That's a tough shot from Aiden Barr. A little bit more aggressive after his getting subbed out early in the game. Narrett, top of the key. Got to close out with your hands high. Jacob Tyson does so. This is Ebert. Goes to the corner. McCarty trying to work. Goes down underneath, and McCarty drug the pivot foot. Kane hit the three, but whistle well before. So the Vikes working on a 4-0 run and have the basketball back. This is better from WLA. Certainly Aiden Barr's aggressiveness has played a part in it. 12:39 to go first half. Barr thought about handing it off. Going to keep it. Between the legs dribble. Down the lane he goes. Kicks to Tyson. Left wing Sam Lair drives with the right hand. Absorbs the contact, but he can't finish. I think he thought going to be a little bit more contact than there was. Here's Gellings into the front court. This is Cadman into the game. Underneath, McCarty once again. And McCarty finishes. That is such a strong move from Mitchell McCarty. He's 6'6". And he's one of the guys that can stand next to Ethan Cole and still look like a high school basketball player. Nice take by Aiden Barr. Hits the floater. Good response for the Vikings, who have the lead cut back to 5. 13-8. Far side Cadman. Top of the key Gellings. Swings it over here to Narrett, who, as I mentioned earlier, is 2 for 3 from 3. Narrett underneath against this zone. Ooh, kind of looked like a hook there. No whistle. Rebound down to Ethan Cole. He is 5th in the state in rebounding so far this season. He tries to feed it underneath to Wiedmeyer. Left his feet and turned the ball over. Here's Cadman up ahead and finishes. Cooper Cadman, one of the seniors on this very veteran, older Campbellsport team. Barr goes down the paint. He's fouled again. Second foul on Gellings. Forthcoming in the second trip to the free throw line for Aiden Barr. And a couple of conversations were had between player and official and coach and official, and we're back to playing. First free throw for Barr is good. Barr now 3 for 3 from the line. Vikings have cut the lead to 6 for the time being. Noah Walta, first action of the night for the Vikings, comes in for Sam Lair. Lair's found it tough to score of late. I think teams are trying to figure out how to defend Sam Lair. Give Ethan Cole his, give Barr some of his, but if you can avoid that third scorer going off for 18 or 20 in Sam Lair, the Vikings become much more beatable. Here's a triple on the way, looks off, and it is off. Offensive rebound fought for and taken in by Fleischman, who's fouled. Vikes didn't box Fleischman out, and with his length, able to get the offensive rebound over the top of Cole Wiedmeyer. Second team foul, just the first. They did get that one on Barr, though, who can struggle with fouls at some point. Nice move. Into the paint goes Kane, and he hits the jumper. First points for Cole Hain. He's got 2. Lead back out to 7. Campbellsport responding to the punches thrown by WLA. Here's Ethan Cole. Cole into the paint, kicks it to Walta. Walta now with the right hand, dribble drive down the lane. He goes, misses. Offensive rebound, Jacob Tyson finishes. That's a strong move. Jacob Tyson underneath his first points of the night, and the Vikes have it back to 5. Back and forth we go. Nice defense, Aiden Barr. It looked like it was tipped off of a Campbellsport Cougar last. So, it's going to stay there with WLA. Campbellsport can't believe it. A couple of their players actually visibly laughing at the call. But it's going back the other way. Here's Walta trying to pay it off in WLA's favor. He hit the 3. Big triple from Noah Walta. Going to draw a timeout from Coach Drykosen, and he is not happy at the call that was not overturned. That's a big triple by Walta, and the scoreboard should read 15-17, and it does. Huge triple, full timeout. We'll take it with him. Come back with us on WLA TV. Coming out of the timeout, the Vikings have cut the lead from what was at its largest, a 9-point lead, down to just 2, 17-15. And a nice timeout there from Coach Drykosen, if nothing else, to just settle his team down. And the Vikes on a nice run here to bring this thing a little bit tighter. It seems like we've played almost an entire half of basketball. We're just 8 minutes in here tonight in what has been a fast-paced, up and down the floor type of game. Something that the Vikes will like. WLA averages almost 70 points a game, 69.6 points per game. Campbellsport 66.5 or 67 points per game. Offensive rebound, another good one. Up goes Fleischman after bringing down his second offensive board of the night. And Tyson's whistled for the foul for the Vikes, just his first as well for Jacob Tyson. Not often you see Ethan Cole get out-rebounded, but that's what Fleischman did there. You almost don't believe it. Ethan Cole has 14.2 rebounds per game. For Ethan Cole. He had 28 a couple games ago. So when he doesn't get a defensive board, you usually assume that there is some sort of foul that did not get called. But Fleischman made this one legally. Here's another offensive rebound, this one from Narrett. And another possession here for Campbellsport. They could pay it off in a big way after the lead got cut to 2. It's back to 3. And they could extend it with a good offensive possession. Here's Kane. Down the lane he goes, kicks it, top of the key. 3 on the way. This one's deep. Offensive rebound skied for by Jacob Tyson. Pulls it in, shovels it to Ethan Cole, and the Vikes are back with a chance to tie it with a triple. Barr goes off an Ethan Cole screen. Gets into the paint, now retreat dribble. Top of the key 3. On the way, he hit it. Aiden Barr's first 3 of the night, and Barr is very quickly for the Vikings into double figures. He's got 13 for WLA of the 18 points. Quick response from Jordan Ebert underneath, and Campbellsport retakes the 2-point lead with 9:20 to go before half. Barr into the front court. Down the paint, kicks it to Walta, who has one of the triples. for WLA. Down the lane goes Tyson. Up with the right hand, can't finish. Check that. Barr's got 11 points. He almost had another steal there. Just 11 for Aiden Barr, not the 13 I had originally mentioned. Vikings staying within 2 points, and Ethan Cole just has 2. Now make no mistake, Cole is not out there simply to be a decoy. He's just, you can't expect him to be as effective as usual. He is still defending monstrously for the Vikings. Here's a McCarty 3 that looks short, and it is short. Rebound fought for. Ooh, a little bit of contact there, not called. And the Vikes are better off for it. Top of the key, Barr thought about the 3. Now going to go off a Chop Simmons screen. Chop into the game for the first time, the sophomore. Down the lane goes Barr, strong move with the left hand. Now Aiden Barr has 13, and the game's retied at 20. 8.5 minutes left to play here in the first half. On the near side, Campbellsport initiates the offense with Cadman. Swing, skip, pass, down underneath to McCarty. McCarty loses control. Aiden Barr's headed back the other way. Barr down to the corner, no look pass. He thought Walta was going to cut. Walta did not cut, and that's why you look when you pass the ball, I would assume. Chance there for the Vikings to take their first lead of the game, and instead they throw it into the padding behind the basket. Here's Cadman, top of the key. This is Narrett, who goes down to the corner. 3 on the way, missed, tipped up. Offensive rebound, McCarty, and he got locked up with Jacob Tyson, and he'll head to the free throw line. Second foul on Tyson. And the 4th team foul, I do believe. That'll force Noah Gensler back onto the floor. First free throw from McCarty is good. Second trip to the line tonight for Campbellsport. And the second free throw is strong. Good, strong rebound from Chop Simmons for the Vikings. And the lead is 1 for WLA. Walta, Barr. Another chance for the Vikes to take their first lead of the night. Aiden Barr looks into Simmons, now kicks to Gensler in the corner. Gensler hands to Barr, crosses over, that's a smooth move. Kicks it to Walta, right wing 3 on the way, this is deep. Looked good, but it was just a little deep there. That was a nice take once again from Aiden Barr. Underneath, this is almost thrown away. Collected, and Chop Simmons records the steal after Ebert hit the backside of the backboard. Nice look ahead from Aiden Barr to Noah Gensler, and Gensler finishes. First points of the night for Gensler, first lead for the Vikings, 22-21. Underneath, Cole pokes it away. Chop Simmons completes the steal. Shovels it to Barr, and the Vikes trying to build on a 1-point lead. Aiden Barr on the right side. Retreats the dribble. Top of the key, Walta going to take it on the drive. Bounce pass to Cole. Cole kicks to the corner. Barr 3 on the way. Looks good. Is good. Aiden Barr's got 16 for the Vikings, and the lead is 4. Largest lead of the night for the Vikes. Near side, Narrett. Working for the Cougars. Top of the key, McCarty. Still a zone for the Vikings. Far side, first time we've seen Cullen Beisbeer here tonight. That's tipped by Walta. Top of the key, bounce pass. Narrett drives the lane underneath to Beisbeer. Way strong on that. Offensive rebound to McCarty. Can't get it to go. Nice defense by Ethan Cole. Rebound secured after being tipped by Beisbeer by Noah Walta. Walta gives it to Cole. Ethan Cole kicks. Walta drives. Right hand. Up with the right hand. Can't get it to go. He thought he was fouled. Looked pretty good from up here. Cadman bounces down. Pardon me, that's Walschmidt. Bounces to McCarty. Has that one poked away. Walta into the open court. Down with the right hand. Up with the right hand. Offensive rebound, Gensler kicks it out. Cole open for 3. Looks good. It's short, though, for Ethan Cole. That one would have brought the house down for WLA. Walschmidt into the front court for the Cougars, who have rather luckily in that instance, you leave Ethan Cole open. That's not going to be the result very often, a miss. Ebert on the left wing. Simmons into a passing lane, saves it. That's a nice job, Chop Simmons on the defensive end. No look pass underneath, and it'll stay with the Vikings. Not tipped by Gensler. No way. McCarty was trying to beg for it, but it was not. You could see that one from up here. Weigand into the game, as will come Sam Lair. First action of the night for Lucas Weigand, who has started most other games for the Vikings. Coach Nell just wanted to switch things up, try to get some momentum in the 4-game skid. Down the lane goes Sam Lair. They're going to say Beisbier. Cullen Beisbier was on the arm bar, and that is the foul whistled on Campbellsport. 5th on the Cougars. Second on, or check that, just the first on Beisbier. Cole going to launch another 3. This one's off to the right. And Cole goes 0 for 2 now from deep. This is Walschmidt. Down to Fleischman. Skip pass to Narrett. Down the lane he goes. And a good strong finish for Joseph Narrett. That's his first point since the first basket of the night, which was a 3-pointer on the second possession of the evening. And it draws the Cougars back within 2. Down the lane, that's Barr kicking it out to Lair. Sam Lair, Gensler, Cole. Vikings had to play about 14 minutes at Mayville. Tough place to play. Sam Lair, 3. He made it. And the Vikes lead back out to 5. But the Vikes had to play without Ethan Cole for 14 minutes, better part of that second half, in a tough place to play against the second-best team in the conference in Mayville. And Coach Nell said he thinks that was great for his team to have to battle, and they almost won that game. Down underneath, that's missed by the Cougars. Strong rebound from Cole. And here's someone who probably grew as much as anyone, Aiden Barr. This is a rushed 3 from Barr, and he missed it. Down to the corner. Good job by the Vikings to get back. Now Narrett's left open for a triple. He misses it. Offensive rebound, McCarty. And he can't get it to go. McCarty can't buy one right now. And Cole was strong on the board. He's going to go down the lane. Kick it to the corner. Gensler's wide open for 3. Missed it short again. Gensler's missed several of those short as of late. Into the front court come the Cougars. That one's thrown away from McCarty. Couple of substitutions. Gelling's got to be a little bit careful coming back onto the floor for Campbellsport. He's got a pair of fouls here before halftime. McCarty is going to take a seat. Into the front court, walked by Aiden Barr. Barr crosses over, down the lane, goes up with the right hand. He's fouled. Couple of free throws coming. It's Nathan Walschmidt's foul whistled by the officials. 6th team foul on Campbellsport. I think it's just the first there for Walschmidt. And the 5-point lead for the Vikings. Chance to build upon it here. Barr hits the first free throw. He's 5 for 5 on the season. Barr is the best free throw shooter at 76% for the Vikings. I always say you can only trust free throw percentages to a certain extent in high school because they do fluctuate game to game. Second free throw good for Aiden Barr, though, and he's got 6 free throws, 6 for 6 here tonight. The lead for the Vikings is 7 with 3:18 to play in the first half. It's been a 16-point swing from early on in the game. Here's a 3 on the way made by Cooper Cadman. Or I'm sorry, that's Walschmidt. Thought that said 3. It's 5. Sam Lair with a big shot fake. Down the lane he goes, up with the right hand or left hand, can't finish. Just confirmed there that that's Walschmidt. He's got 6 now for the Cougars. Gellings in transition. Couldn't foul. Almost looked like he wanted to reach out and grab there, but he didn't. Spinning goes Chop Simmons, and he's blocked. That's a nice play underneath by Fleischman, who got the block. Down here to Walschmidt. He just hit the 3. He thought he hit another one. That was short from Walschmidt. Looked like it was on a good line. 4-point lead remains intact for WLA. Off of the Cole screen, Barr down the lane, and he's hacked again. Fleischman showing a little bit of frustration there as Aiden Barr is staying aggressive, which is something we talked about early on here. An aggressive Aiden Barr is a dangerous Aiden Barr. First free throw for Aiden is good. 7 for 7. Second free throw, good for Aiden as well. I should say the 8th free throw, good for Aiden. 8 for 8 from the line. 6-point lead for the Vikings. Gellings, Narrett. We thought about the three. He wanted it from the corner of that WLA logo. Instead, he's going to get a kick out. Gellings, dribble drive. Thought about Narrett. Instead goes Walschmidt. Down underneath. No look pass to McCarty. McCarty's going to go at Chop Simmons. Nice defense, Chop Simmons. Straight up and down. And the rebound strongly to Ethan Cole. And the Vikes have all the momentum at this point. Down the paint goes Cole. He throws it away. A little bit off balance that time from Ethan. I'll tell you what, the Vikes have a ton of game momentum, but it doesn't feel like it. Students not very loud right now. Just doesn't feel like WLA is in the midst of a huge run, even though they turn a 9-point deficit into a 6-point lead in about 12 minutes. Skip pass to Narrett. Nice close by Aiden Barr. Runs him off the three-point line. Narrett goes up and finishes. Joseph Narrett's got 7. Check that 10 now for Joseph Narrett. Hit that second three that I forgot about. And it's just a 4-point Viking lead. Lair thought about the three. Now going to kick it to Barr. Barr declines the Chop Simmons screen. Walta's back on the floor and has it now. Gets to the free throw line and he's blocked by McCarty. McCarty dispatches of Walta with the right hand. Up ahead comes Cadman. Kicks it to Walschmidt, top of the key. Dribbles to the right side. Good ball movement once again. McCarty gets free underneath and finishes. Mitchell McCarty's got 7. And the lead's back down to 2. Nice 4-0 run here for the Cougars to cut it to 2. Barr dribbles, misses this one deep. Simmons fights for the offensive rebound. Cadman has it far side. Walschmidt. Cadman. And I think Coach Drykosen here wants the last shot of the half. This is Narrett. Although if no one closes Narrett down, he might just fire it up. Instead goes underneath to Walschmidt. He tried to draw the contact. Nice defense, Chop Simmons. Now the Vikings will take their opportunity to have the last shot of the half with just 17 seconds and counting down. Aiden Barr goes around Walschmidt down the lane, kicks it to Lair. Corner three on the way. Oh, that was down, and it rattled around and out for Sam Lair. Up ahead comes Narrett. Narrett on the right wing. Top of the key, Cadman from way downtown. It banks off, but no good off to the left. 32-30. That was an entertaining first half between the Cougars and the Vikings. Couple of teams that sit near the top of the Flyway Conference, and you can see why with that first half of action. We'll add up some first half statistics. The numbers you're used to hearing next to Ethan Cole's name are next to Aiden Barr's name tonight. Aiden has played terrific as Ethan Cole deals with some injury issues. 32-30, Vikings lead after being down by as many as 9 there in the first half. The Vikes found a way to claw their way back to a lead. We'll take a timeout here, come back, give you some first half statistics. You're watching WLA Boys Basketball on WLA TV. Stay with us. Halftime between the Vikings and the Cougars here from the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. We'll do our best to effort to get you some Springs Mayville updates here in the second half, as well as we close towards a finish of the Flyway season, and a big opportunity tonight for Mayville going to the Flyway Conference leader Springs. Springs 9-2 on the year, Mayville 8-3, and a win there would tie those two up, and then obviously both of them would appreciate a loss here for Campbellsport if WLA can close things out here in the second half. 32-30, Vikings lead. They trailed by as many as 9 early on, 11-2 they trailed early in the game. The Vikings able to turn that around and turn it into a lead. Scoring for the Cougars, 1 point for Noah Fleischman on a free throw, 2 for Cooper Cadman, 2 for Cole Kane. Jordan Ebert also had 2. 6 for Nathan Walschmidt. He hit a pair of threes. Mitchell McCarty had 7 for the Cougars, and leading it was Joseph Narrett. Narrett averages 9.8 points per game. He had 10 in the first half. For the Vikings, it's a couple here, a couple there, and then an outburst from Aiden Barr there in that first half. 2 for Cole, 3 for Walta, 3 for Lair, 2 for Tyson, 2 for Gensler. And then Aiden Barr exploded for 20 there in that first half. And that adds up to a 32-30 lead for WLA. See if the Vikes can continue in the second half, continue the offensive play that they were able to carve out there in half number 1. If they're able to, third place in the Flyway gets just a little bit closer. Back in about 2 minutes, you're watching WLA Viking basketball on WLA TV. Stay with us. Back here, the campus of WLA. Glad to have you along. Jordan King with you. The Vikings and the Cougars getting ready for second half action, and the Vikes will start with it with Aiden Barr. Barr had 20 first half points. We'll see if there's a difference in attitude with Ethan Cole. I would say the answer might be yes, and if Ethan Cole's anywhere near about 80 to 90% in the second half, the Vikings are going to be in good shape. This is hits nothing from Narrett. Oh, it's saved underneath. That's a nice play, and McCarty finishes it. Walschmidt underneath saves the ball. What a play. Good hustle from Walschmidt. All the Vikes were just assuming it was going to be let out of play there. Walschmidt, not so much. Here's Cole, step back, three on the way, misses it short. Gensler tries to track down the offensive board for the Vikes, can't do so. And McCarty finds Gellings in the open court. Underneath, count the basket and the foul. Jacob Tyson laughing at that one. He said he didn't touch him, didn't look like he touched him. He just kind of got out of the way. And the whistle was a little bit of an anticipation call, I think. A little bit of a mistake there, but that's all right. Free throw missed. Offensive rebound once again for the Cougars. They have dominated the offensive glass there. Here's a three. Narrett trying to pay it off with a triple. Missed that one, missed all of it. That was the first points for Gellings, by the way, for the Cougars as the game is tied up. Underneath, Aiden Barr back to the free throw line. I think they're going to get Gellings. That'll be his third. Jalen Gellings. Sorry, not Jaden. Jalen Gellings. Aiden Barr trying to break the deadlock. Made it. Shooter's touch there for Aiden Barr. Upcoming his 10th free throw. He's 9 for 9 so far. So if he misses this one, you can all blame me for suggesting that, you know how the curse of the commentator works. I have extraordinary powers up here, and he missed it. Just as predicted. 9 for 10's not bad. Narrett almost pulled the trigger there on another three. He's 0 for 2 to start this second half. That's a tall one. Gellings retrieves it, for the Cougars, and now dribbles back to the top of the key where he's met by Noah Gensler. Underneath, McCarty going to work against Chop Simmons and finishes. Nice play by Mitchell McCarty. He's got 4 quick points here to start the second half, and the Cougars jump back on top for the first time in the second half. Aiden Barr finds a flashing Sam Lair. Little floater, left it short. And back the other way come the Cougars. Lair with a nice opportunity but couldn't finish. Here's Narrett. Crosses, middle of the paint. 2 free throws. Looked like Simmons was straight up and down there, but couple of whistles that just seem to have come in anticipation more than anything else. First free throw up and good for Joseph Narrett. His 11th point of the night. Couple of dribbles, spins the ball on his hand, one more dribble, and he hits it again. Joseph Narrett goes 2 for 2, and he's got a dozen now for the Cougars. And we're going to stop it for, I'm not sure what here. None of the officials. Tell you what, there's 2 officials there. One doesn't think he has something. One does think he has something. We're getting a third opinion. So there's a question on if it's blood or not. It's not. Let's play basketball. I guess operate in abundance of caution. That's all right. Well, if you know me, you know that I don't like ticky-tack. So if that's the only thing we're going to be ticky-tack about, then we're good. Aiden Barr hits a triple. He's got 23. Check that, 24 for the Vikings. And it's tied back up at 38. Near side, top of the key. Gellings now wants to hit a 3. He does. Jalen Gellings has 5 for the Cougars, all coming here in the second half. And it's restored the 3-point Cougar lead. Down the lane goes Barr, up with the floater, hit it. That is such a good move by Aiden Barr. Gets to his spot, collects himself, jumps straight in the air, everything you expect there. Vikings going to stay in the 1-2-2 zone. Far side, Narrett. Cougars going to, if they can shoot a little bit better here in the second half, maybe shoot the Vikings out of it. Narrett instead going to drive to the lane where he hits once again. And Narrett's got 4 second half points and 14 points overall. Barr's going to try another three. This one looks short, but it crawls over the front edge. Aiden Barr just tied it again, 43-43. Barr's got 27. Check that, 29 for Aiden Barr. This is short from Gellings. Rebound strong for Simmons. Aiden Barr has been terrific tonight for the Vikes when they've needed him. Ethan Cole still hasn't got going for the Vikes, just 4 points for Ethan Cole. Barr drives the lane, finds Noah Walta in the corner. Walta drives middle of the paint, up with the right hand. Oh, how does that not go down? Chop Simmons taps it. Count the basket and the foul. Noah Walta. Chop Simmons kept the possession alive. And Walta finishes plus the foul. First chance from the line for Noah Walta. Got that one on McCarty. That's his second team foul this half for Campbellsport. Walta makes the free throw as well. Noah Walta's got 6, and the Vikings have back-to-back 3-point possessions to build a 3-point lead. Gellings near side to Narrett, top of the key back to Gellings. Gellings looks far side, that's Ebert. Bounces it down to Walschmidt. Back out to Ebert, back to Walschmidt. Corner 3 on the way, this one misses. Rattles out, nice box out by Chop Simmons. Collected the rebound. Noah Walta was the one who did that. Into the paint goes Ethan Cole, scoops it up and can't get it to go. Simmons almost got the offensive board, but McCarty brought it down for the Cougars. That was tapped away. Ebert looking for Walschmidt, and good hands by Aiden Barr. Well, the furious pace has continued here in the second half. Although the clock seems to be moving a touch faster. We're almost have 4.5 minutes played between the Vikings and the Cougars. Here's a three on the way. That one's missed. Ebert left it short. Into the front court come the Vikings. Lair down the left side of the paint, goes up with the right-hand floater, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, kicks it out to Barr. Barr, three on the way, missed it short. And a good strong rebound from Ebert. Far side, Gellings into the front court for the Cougars. Top of the key, Walschmidt. He's hit a couple of threes tonight. Near side, Ebert. Finds Fleischman. Top of the key, Narrett. Also has a couple of threes. Down the lane he goes, up with the floater and finishes. Joseph Narrett has 6 in the second half, 16 on the night. Chop Simmons, screen and roll. Chops underneath. Skip pass to Walta. Back to Walta from Lair. 3 on the way. This one's short. And it's tipped out by Narrett. Should stay with the Vikings, and it does. Good hustle by Chop Simmons once again. The Vikes have worked themselves open for 3 several times here in this half. And if they start to hit them, could be a good situation upcoming for the Vikes. They're going to put 4 across the length of the court, try to get Simmons free on the wing. Use a screen to get Ethan Cole to the top of the key. Cole thought about the 3, now going to drive on the left side. He was fouled. Ooh. And Gellings went down. And we'll come back with more after this. Vikes lead by 1 on WLA-TV. Just in terms of tying up the loose ends of the play that happened there, and certainly thoughts with Jalen Gellings. Hopefully he's all right. He did pick up his 4th foul on the play as Ethan Cole drove on the left side. Timeout for the Vikings, just a 30-second one, and we'll take it with them. A little choppy here, but we'll get back to it. 1-point lead for the Vikes on WLA TV. Coming out of the timeout, the Vikings lead it by 1 and have the basketball. Campbellsport, the Flyway Conference co-champs, tri-champs, how do you call that? Co-champs with both Springs and Mayville in football. They're the only of the 3 not to make it to state, although playing in trying to come out of a different situation than both Mayville and Springs were, certainly. Down the lane, that's a nice Euro step and a lead once again for the Cougars after Cooper Cadman finished underneath. Cadman's got 4, and the lead is back to 1 for Campbellsport. Ethan Cole goes off a Chop Simmons screen, dribbles back, kicks it to Sam Lair. Lair over a screen, keeps it to the corner. Walta drives baseline, feeds it to Simmons. Simmons kicks. We just saw the first. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Mark this one. Where were you at 8:18 on February 11th? 3 seconds in the lane is still a violation in high school basketball. First time I've seen it called in about several years, but they called it there. Sam Lair hit the 3. It didn't count for the Vikings. Unbelievable. That one's short. Rebound down to Noah Walta. Walta gives it to Ethan Cole, and we're into the front court. Go the Vikings. Down the lane goes Cole. Cole had both of his hands on the basketball, and they called an offensive foul. This just keeps getting better. They punched the offensive foul. That's not by WIAA code either. I don't know how you offensively foul when both of your hands are on the basketball, but you learn something new every day. So Campbellsport will come back the other way as they lead it by 1, trying to build on it here. This is Kane. Cadman, back to Kane. Bounces down underneath. Fleischman goes up with it, leaves it short. Rebound down to Ethan Cole, and a quick whistle. Good strong rebound by Ethan, and they said Fleischman pushed him in the back. Second on Fleischman. 4th foul on Campbellsport. Campbellsport, the Flyway Conference champions in wrestling this year as well. Broke a long streak. Campbellsport coming in. If you want Lemira, you sick of Lemira winning the Flyway in wrestling, just invite us back. That's what they did. There's a nice strong take and a good finish from Ethan Cole as Cole inches closer to a program record. He's got 6 here tonight. Down underneath goes Cadman, kicks it out to Kane. Kane thought about the 3. Nice close by Jacob Tyson. This is Beisbier. Off of a screen, gets it to Narrett. Narrett bounces underneath. Beisbier saves it? No. They're going to say he was on the line first, and the ball will go back to the Vikings. WLA leads at 48-47, thanks in large part to Aiden Barr's night. Barr has 9 free throws, 4 twos, 4 threes for the Vikings. He's going to try another 3. This one left short, and a strong rebound. I think that's Cadman skying for it, able to collect it. Down there in the corner, that's Narrett. Beisbier around Tyson, bounces it out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Vikings. 29 for Aiden Barr. Over half of the Vikings' point total here so far tonight. 10.5 minutes to play. Barr gives it to Cole. Cole thinking about the three, going to trigger it up. Misses it. Tyson almost got the offensive rebound, but Beisbier was strong and brought it down, shovels it up ahead to Walschmidt. And Walschmidt's into the front court. Far side, Cadman. Couple of screens underneath. They're trying to get McCarty open, but Simmons doing a nice job for the Vikings. Narrett has it. Couple of between the legs dribbles. Now going to go off the dribble. Get to the high post, misses it. And a rebound down to Ethan Cole once again. Don't think that one hit anything. Cole down the paint. Gives it to Walta. Walta gets to a mid-range and leaves it short. Offensive rebound off of the thigh of Walschmidt. Nice hustle, Jacob Tyson. I don't think Noah Walta knew how open he was there on the winger. He would have triggered up that three. And he's hit 1 of 3, I believe, here tonight. 1 of 2 or 1 of 3. Down the lane goes Noah Walta, and he finishes at the rim. That's a nice take by the 6-foot junior. He was a first-team all-conference selection in soccer, as was Jacob Tyson, by the way. Second place finish for the Vikes on the soccer field. Underneath goes Mitchell McCarty, and McCarty finishes. Good take by him, and McCarty's got 13 tonight. Lead for the Vikes back down to a single point. Barr, one-hand pass to Cole. Cole goes around to Simmons' screen. Thought Simmons was going to roll to the hoop. Chop was able to collect it, though. Barr's going to reset it for the Vikings. Goes down the lane, guarded by Narrett. Spins once, spins twice, kicks. 3 on the way for Cole, misses. Beisbier skies for the board. Far side, Walschmidt. Into the front court on the right side. Bounce pass, down to McCarty. Kicks it back out. Walschmidt misses it. Ooh, McCarty got away with an over the back there, I think. Nice bounce pass to Beisbier. Cullen Beisbier, 6'1" senior, gets on the score sheet for the first time tonight. And Campbellsport leads once again. One-hand pass from Aiden Barr to Ethan Cole. Cole finishes. That is a tough floater from Ethan Cole. And back and forth we go. Cadman shovels to McCarty. Down the lane. Up with the floater. He gets that one to go. McCarty's got 15. And we have another lead change. 8 minutes left to play. Cole has it. He's just heating up here. Oh, he lost control of the dribble. Gets it back, and it's tied up. Good hustle by Ethan Cole. It's going to go back to Campbellsport on the arrow. Just as I don't think you can blame that one on me. Now, I did say Cole was heating up and then he turns it over. That's not curse of the commentator, okay? That's reserved for this weekend in the Super Bowl when Evan McPherson misses his first postseason kick for the Bengals and it costs him a Super Bowl. That's curse of the commentator, okay? And now when he doesn't do it, you can blame me for that if you're a Rams fan. Offensive rebound kicked out from McCarty. 3-ball hit. Joseph Narrett, he knew he hit it as soon as he let go of it. Held the follow through, and Campbellsport has a 4-point lead. Largest lead of the second half for Campbellsport. Down the lane goes Noah Walta. He's fouled. That's on the floor, though. 5th team foul for Campbellsport as the Vikings inch closer to the bonus. Well, Narrett is shy of 50% tonight from 3. He's missed a couple of them that I don't think have hit anything, but he's continued to shoot and believe, as good shooters do, believe that the next one's going to fall. This is stolen. Up ahead, Kane. Kane down the right side, and he finishes. Cole Kane has 4, and the lead's now 6. Noah Gensler heading back to the scorer's table to check back in for the Vikings. Walta drives the paint, has it stripped. It should stay with the Vikings. Beisbier not able to keep it in for Campbellsport, and Simmons will take a seat in the stead of Noah Gensler. Walta gets free, finds Cole. They're going to run a couple of screens here for Aiden Barr. Barr to the middle of the paint. Everyone in the building thought it was a travel. I think some Viking fans probably even did too. But Barr kept his pivot foot. Here's Walta with a three, missed it. And Beisbeer down with a nice defensive rebound. Beisbeer's been a defensive rebounding machine since coming onto the floor for the Campbellsport Cougars. Only has a couple of points, but been very good boarding the ball for the Cougars. Here's Narrett. He hit a huge three a couple of minutes ago to extend it to a 4-point lead. It's now a 6-point lead. Ethan Cole stripped it. Oh, man. Ethan Cole stripped the basketball, and they bailed it out with a whistle. Oh, they're going to say Gensler from behind. That's, well, no comment. Vikings, good defense, stripped the ball away. Going back the other way, and here's McCarty in the corner. Narrett finds Kane. Back to Narrett. Oh, he's open again. Ethan Cole crawls around McCarty and gets the tap away. Sam Lair into the front court for the Vikes. There's Barr. Skip pass. Gensler. Three. Hit it. Noah Gensler with a huge triple for the Vikings. Timeout from Coach Nell. And the Vikes trail by just 3. 58-55. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. That was a big possession for WLA. They had to defend a little bit longer than they felt they should have had to, but they paid it off at the other end. A couple of nice defensive possessions in a row for WLA to hold Campbellsport to that 58 points. And now you finally feel like maybe you're starting to get something going. They trail the team that is tied for number 2 in the Flyway by just 3 points. And Ethan Cole is yet to hit a three. Cole is the best three-point shooter on the Vikings team by far. He shoots it at a 38% clip. Hasn't hit one yet tonight. But I think that, I'll tell you what, law of averages. Normally you say that when a shooter's hot, that he's going to come back to earth. Law of averages for Ethan Cole here, I think, is that he's a little cold right now. See what I did there? Ethan Cole, cold? Okay. I'll shut up. But I do think he's got a couple threes left in him here this evening. Jacob Tyson whistled for a foul there. They're going to get a 30-second timeout here for Campbellsport. We're going to take this one with him. 4th foul for Tyson. We'll see if he has to come out of the game with 5:50 to remain. This is WLA basketball on WLA TV. So out of the 30-second timeout, Campbellsport going to run the underneath inbounds play here. See what they can draw up to try to extend what is a 3-point lead. McCarty has it, kicks it out to Kane. Kane back. Oh, that's a great inbounds play. 3 on the way, missed. Beisbeer offensive rebound. Bounces. There's Kane. He's going to trigger up a 3. Hit it. That's a big triple. Cole Kane. I think that's his first 3 attempt of the night. He's got 7, and the lead's back to 6 for Campbellsport. Down the lane goes Cole. Count the basket and the foul. Ethan Cole into double figures tonight. And the lead's back down to 4. Good response for the Vikings from their captain. Vikings have 57 points. Their 2 captains, Aiden Barr, Ethan Cole, have 39 combined. Two dribbles from Ethan Cole up with the left-handed shot and makes it. Ethan's got 11. The Vikings trail by 3. Gelling's back in for Campbellsport. Got to be a little bit careful with the foul trouble. Good to see him back out on the floor, though. Jacob Tyson into a passing lane. Steals it for the Vikings. Cole's up ahead. Loses it, but Gensler retrieves. Top of the key, Barr. Haven't seen him put the ball in the hoop here for the last few minutes. But Cole's been going to work in the paint. Leaves it short. Offensive rebound. Jacob Tyson to the free throw line. He's fouled. If they got that on Gellings, that's number 5. But I don't think they did. I think they got someone else. Yeah, 23. Or 32, sorry. I was going to say 23. I don't see a 23. 32. Second on Weisbier. First trip of the line here for Jacob Tyson tonight. Tyson shoots a 61.1% free throw percentage. Misses the front end. Weisbier will take a seat as they bring in their starter, Jordan Ebert, who's a 6'6 junior. Second free throw looks better from Jacob Tyson, and it's down. Vikes trail by 2, 61-59. Gellings into the front court on the left side. Passes it here to Kane on the near side. This is Narrett. Kane, nice bounce pass to McCarty. McCarty's underneath, tied up. That'll go back to the Vikings. Nice hands by Ethan Cole. That's good hands by Ethan Cole. Coach Drykosen is not happy about something there. It couldn't have been complaining about that tie-up. I mean, that was as clean as it comes from Cole. And the Vikings have a chance to tie or take the lead with this possession. Sam Lair goes over a Cole screen, gets it to Tyson. Just hit a free throw. Bounces to Aiden Barr. Now screens for Barr. Barr, that's a tough shot, but he hit it. Aiden Barr's got 31, and the Vikes have tied things up. Gellings into the front court. Far side, Narrett. Back to Gellings. Bounce to the corner. Kane thought about the 3, now going to drive it. Up with the floater, hit it. That's a nice take by Cole Kane. Kane is a junior. All juniors and seniors on this veteran team for Campbellsport. Cole. Sam Lair. Drives, corner, 3 on the way from Aiden Barr. This looks off. Rebound, offensive for Noah Gensler. Here's Cole, and he'll settle things down for the Vikings with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. He's got Gellings on him now. Hands to Barr. Barr back to Cole. Corner 3. He loves him. He hit this one. Ethan Cole's got 14, and the Vikings once again have a lead. Gellings into the front court. What a classic Flyway Conference matchup here this evening. And Narrett is fouled by Cole. And I think I just saw Ethan Cole mouth, my bad. Just realized he got there a little bit late. Didn't need to go for the block, probably. Just let Narrett hit the floater at that point. Narrett, I would assume a very good free throw shooter. Just seeing his shooting pedigree here tonight. But he misses the front end here. He'll tie it up here if he can make the second. 6th team foul, by the way, on the Vikings. And Narrett does go 1 for 2 from the line. He's 3 for 4 on the night. Tied up here at 64. Both these teams right around where they score per game, maybe a little bit more. Sam Lair down the lane. Had it stripped away from him, and it's a travel. Coach Nell pointing at the Campbellsport player, wondering if a player laying on the ground can foul someone. But I don't think they can. Lair lost control, and it's going back the other way. Far side, Walschmidt, top of the key, Gellings. Ebert flashed through instead. Gellings going to retreat dribble, back to Ebert. Walschmidt, corner, Narrett. Goes off the drive. Kicks it out, top of the key. Walschmidt wide open for 3, and he made it. That's the 3rd 3 for Walschmidt, and it's a 3-point lead. Cole trying the quick response. That's not a shooter's role necessarily. Offensive rebound, Jacob Tyson. Tyson's got 5. Another offensive board leading to points for Jacob Tyson. Vikes trail by 1. Near side, Ebert down to the corner. That's Walschmidt, just hit the 3. Top of the key, Gellings. Nice cut by Ebert. He's underneath. He's blocked by Ethan Cole. Taps it around. Sam Lair gets the board, and the Vikes have a chance to retake the lead with this possession. Cole's into the front court. Oh, that's not an offensive foul. That is not an offensive foul in any situation, but it's whistled here this evening. Gellings was moving the whole time. He sold it And it's headed back the other way. My goodness. Coach Nell is usually fairly reserved on the sideline. He is hot. And Gellings into the front court for Campbellsport. They're going to try to take advantage of it. They don't mind it. Down underneath, Fleischman. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound tipped. Can't get that one to go. Another offensive board. He gets the third chance. And Noah Fleischman's, not his first points. He hit a free throw in the first half. But his first bucket of the second half makes this a 3-point lead. Here's Cole. Sam Lair. Lair drives, kicks it. Gensler, 3 on the way. It ties it if it goes, but it didn't. It was short again for Noah Gensler. Rebound on the near side by Nathan Walschmidt. He's going to slow it way down. And I would take my time here. Referee's not counting in the backcourt. Walschmidt does get it across. Here's Narrett. And Narrett's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Well. You're going to look back at that one. And you can, if you're watching on YouTube, you can go back. And you have the benefit that I do not to go check if that was an offensive foul, if it indeed was. But never in a million years in this situation. That's 5 on Jacob Tyson. But it wasn't Tyson who fouled him. Should have been 12. That's about on par for what we've seen tonight, though. Whistle the foul on the wrong guy. Here's Narrett, who will try to recollect himself and make the front end of a free throw. He does. Narrett, what an impressive player. 6-foot senior. Slowed things down when it had to slow down. Very mature performance from him. He makes both free throws. He's also 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Full timeout, Campbellsport. They lead it by 5. Back after this, WLA TV. Senior Joseph Narrett has 22 points tonight for Campbellsport. Very, as I mentioned before, I'd just say a mature performance, veteran performance. And Campbellsport has, as I mentioned several times tonight, a very veteran crew. A lot of times you see, and Campbellsport is, by a large margin, the biggest school in the Flyway Conference. So maybe you would expect this perhaps, but every other team, some sophomores. You see sophomores and juniors as Springs leaders. See some sophomores and juniors, big players for everyone in the Flyway. Not even a sophomore on the roster for the Cougars. And just another check here to make sure we got all the ducks in a row here this evening. 5-point lead for Campbellsport. And they're just checking how many timeouts they had left. Why do we not do that during the timeout like we're supposed to? Who knows? Here's Aiden Barr going off a screen. Vikes got to go, and they got to go quick. They trail by 5. Got to get something on this possession, you would think, to feel better. Oh, and that is a little bit of a ticky-tack one, and I believe that's going to foul out Gellings this evening. Again, good to just see Gellings out there. Left earlier, and Aiden Barr will go to the free throw line. And I think Coach Nell there trying to figure out who they're going to foul. Obviously, you can't be too picky, as long as it's not Jacob Tyson if you're a Viking. Oh, and a bad time for Ethan Cole. Oh, Tyson taps it away. Oh, my goodness, Tyson allegedly fouled him. Jacob Tyson slapped the ball out of his hands. Well, that's the same. Well, we'll move on. Unfortunate here as Jacob Tyson fouls out. Tapped it away. Ebert got the rebound, brought it down, and Tyson stole it from him. They say it was illegal. Double bonus now for Ebert as Chop Simmons returns for the Vikings. Aiden Barr is 9 for 11. First free throw clanks off the front end, but crawls over for Jordan Ebert, who has 3 points now tonight. And the second free throw touches nothing. Campbellsport has gone 4 for 4 since the Vikes have started fouling, and that's how you got to do it if you're going to close out games. That's what good teams do, and Campbellsport's a good team. Barr goes through, can't finish. Underneath, Barr is going to try to foul here, and they will foul, finally. And I think Coach Nell he's having a conversation there with the official. I think what the point is that Coach Nell was trying to make there is if you know we're trying to foul, if you don't call the ticky-tack one, we're forced to foul harder, and that's when games boil over out of control. That's, I think, the point he was trying to make. First free throw missed from Nathan Walschmidt. And I think there's a point that could be made there as well. That if you know a team's trying to foul, that's not the time that you make them foul hard. That's when you get injuries in these late game senseless situations happening. 1 for 2 from the line goes Nathan Walschmidt, who's hit a bunch of very, very important free throws. And somehow it ended up 73-74. Vikings will take that. Trail by 1 with the ball and 54. Oh, no. Okay. 66-74. There we go. I thought I saw the Vikings score a touchdown and hit the extra point, too, though. I got to be honest. Vikes trail by 8. Got to go quick here. Backdoor cut from Cole. Instead, they get it top of the key. Lair. Now Barr down the lane, and he's fouled. 2 free throws upcoming for Aiden Barr, and not the worst thing in the world for the Vikings. Try to chip into this lead while the clock is stopped. I want to thank you for joining us this evening. Been a good one. First free throw up and good for Aiden Barr. And you hate to say any game comes down to one play, but the Vikings down by 1. Ethan Cole going to the hoop, and just not an offensive foul in my opinion. Second free throw good for Aiden Barr. And there's a difference between pushing off and having your arm out to defend from the defender to defend the basketball, and that's what Ethan Cole was doing there. Foul by Gensler, and Ebert will go back to the free throw line, I believe. First free throw good by Jordan Ebert. If this result holds, as it probably should at this point, Campbellsport moves to 9-3 on the conference season. Try to get you an update of what was going on up there up on the ledge, Springs and Mayville. We'll see if I can get that before we get off air here this evening. Here's Aiden Barr trying to find himself free. Noah Walta misses that three, and we'll see if it's too late to foul. No. Lair will foul Walschmidt. The last update I'm seeing on the scoring app that I use, Springs was up by 5 at half, 41-36. See if I can get an update here as Walschmidt hits the front end for the Campbellsport folks joining us. Be nice for them to know if they're tied for second free throw. Good for Walschmidt as well. I was kind of hoping we get a timeout there for a second. See if we could get a live stream. We'll do our best to find one here while also letting you know what's going on out there on the floor. Ethan Cole takes it down the lane, up with the right hand, and finishes. And a timeout for Coach Nell as he trails by 8 with 12 seconds left. Let's see here. I don't see a scoreboard up on the stream there between Mayville and Springs. And they are live there on the Springs Activities channel. But I can't get a glimpse of a scoreboard over there. There was a timeout taken, so I'm assuming that means it's a close game. Again, for all the Campbellsport people tuning in, just like to be able to pass along a score to you. Because if Mayville comes out on top there, we once again have a three-way tie-in. Springs, Mayville, Campbellsport know something about tying in a three-way tie at the top of the Flyway. They did it for football this season. Campbellsport with a big win monster win over Mayville late in the season. Looked like Mayville was going to run away with it. They got the early win over Springs, and Springs beat Campbellsport. So, you know, the process of whatever, the associative or commutative or whatever it is, property. I'm not a math guy. You would assume Mayville was going to win the Flyway. Well, they didn't. They lost to Campbellsport. Down the lane, and nice finish underneath by Narrett. And Narrett puts a cherry on this one. Aiden Barr's going to fire up a three. He hit it, so that'll make the final score look a little bit better for the Vikings, but they're going to drop this one here this evening by 7. 80-73 win for Campbellsport. Vikings gave it a shot, but when things got tough, a couple of whistles didn't go their way, and the Vikings lose this one by 7. 80-73. Get you a couple of final numbers before we say so long here this week on WLA TV. Jordan Ebert had 6 for Campbellsport, 9 for Cole Kane. He had a couple of big shots in the second half. 7 of the 9 for Cole Kane coming in the second half, and he was very, very good down the stretch for the Cougars. Cooper Cadman had 4 for Campbellsport. Nathan Walschmidt hit 3 threes tonight. All 3 of them came in huge spots. He also had added 3 free throws. That gives him 12 on the night. 3 for Noah Fleischman. Jalen Gellings, quiet night for him. He had 5 and fouled out, but ran the show well for Campbellsport. Mitchell McCarty, you know he's going to get his. McCarty had 15 points here this evening, 2 for Cullen Beisbeer, who was very, very good on the glass for the Cougs. And Joseph Narrett, he was the leading scorer tonight for Campbellsport. 24 points for Joseph Narrett. He was not the leading scorer tonight, though. That honor goes to Aiden Barr. You got to add up a bunch of free throws for Aiden Barr, so we'll do that in just a second. Jacob Tyson had 5 for the Vikings. Noah Gensler also had 5. 3 points for Sam Lair, and another quiet night for him. Noah Walta had 3 in the first half, added a few more here in the second. He finished with 8. Ethan Cole, very quiet. Just 2 first-half points for the Flyway's leading scorer. Ethan exploded somewhat here in the second half. Ethan had 16 points. I'll tell you what, on a quiet night for Ethan, didn't force anything. Really let the game come to him. Not feeling 100% clearly, and he still managed to find a way to score 16 for the Vikings. The headliner tonight, though, for the Vikes was Aiden Barr. I had Aiden for 36 points tonight. 36 for Aiden Barr. All of that adds up to a 7-point, 80-73 loss for the Vikings as Campbellsport comes in, exacts revenge from earlier in the season when Vikes went down there and gave the Cougars their first loss when they were still ranked in the Division III. 66-60 was the final of that one. A little more high scoring here tonight. Both teams got going early. Hit some three-pointers, certainly. Got to the free throw line tonight. And Campbellsport better for it. They now move to 15-3 on the season. That's their 3rd straight win. And they will be 9-3 in Flyway Conference play. Vikings, meanwhile, dropped to 12-9 as 500 creeps back into play for the Vikings. I think they'll finish above 500 this season. But they are now 12-9 on the season, and that's their 5th straight loss. I'm just seeing the end of the game here. I don't know if Springs only meets on the logo after a win or after both wins and losses. But Mayville cleared the floor rather quickly. I can't tell you one way or the other. I would assume based on reactions that maybe Springs got the win over there. We'll see if we can sneak a final score. Yeah, 75-69 final score over up on the ledge. So Mayville not able to help the Cougars out this time. Springs is 10-2, lead the Flyway Conference. Mayville is 8-4. Campbellsport 9-3. WLA drops to 6-6 in the Flyway. Laconia, Amro, Lamira, North Fond du Lac, all those teams playing tonight as well. And you can check all of that, I'm sure, wherever you get your high school sports scores. Want to say thanks for tuning in tonight. Jordan King saying so long. Appreciate you tuning in. Next week, Thursday, Friday here on WLA TV. On Thursday, the boys basketball team getting back after it. They'll welcome in North Fond du Lac. And then on Friday, we got a big one. A big one on the girls' side. The Vikings welcome in St. Mary's Springs Academy for what is a win, and you finish tied for second in the Flyway. If Springs win, Springs will finish second. WLA will finish third in the Flyway Conference. Can't wait for that one next Friday. Hope you'll join us for that. Hope you'll join us next Thursday as well. Jordan King saying so long and good night. This is WLA Basketball on WLA TV.